Maybe I should just tell everyone to charge in. No, that's probably not the best idea. Hello Reformers and welcome back to Freeman. Now the game has been updated once again, and as you can see, it is actually having a bit of a mission on here. And so we're going to go and participate in that. Someone is in need of an escort. Will you take his offer of $4,000 to protect him? Yes, let us enter the mission and see how well we do. Now obviously this is one of the first missions that we are, that we're gonna be participating in. The VIP is over there, looks a little bit like Spock, gotta say. Anyway, you can see there's the VIP. Actually, wait a minute. I think we have the VIP, but we have to get over there. Okay. Obviously, this is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm a little bit unsure as to what the objective is, but we should be absolutely fine. I don't think we should have too many difficulties. I'm only going to be spawning these into the battlefield because we are going to, of course, need to move our VIP very soon as well. So let's just get a bit of a fan going on here, because look at this. There's a very nice slope going on here. So I think what we want to do is actually move two of our volunteer groups over here. And we'll take Beauty and Goblin, who still have not been renamed from the party screen here. We'll take them over in this direction. And I'm just going to add an additional waypoint here for both of them, just so that they go into these trees first, just in case we, come across some people that we don't necessarily want to deal with. And I'm actually thinking to myself, you know what? Let's go for an additional volunteer squad here. I know that even so, we don't have enough space for the VIP right now. What I can do is I can basically just kill most of the enemies, which are not being shown where they're going to be, by the way. So we're going to have to be a little bit guessworky here. And yeah, so once we eliminate the forces, the enemy forces, we should be able to spawn the VIP in by recruiting one of our forces and then taking him to the extraction point. So let's do this. Alright, so this has a time limit of, well, not a time limit, but it has a limit of 15 minutes until the enemy is, maybe it is actually a time limit of 15 minutes, because the enemy is technically uncovered after 5 minutes or 6 minutes in the regular gameplay. So because this is obviously a new mission, who knows? Who knows what's going on there? Now, they have added a bunch of other quality of life effects, as well as adding the display of how many units you have in your party and what your current party limit actually is. And then they also added the ability to select multiple squads at once. So for example, if I wanted to select these two, there you go. I selected both of these by holding shift and then just using the clicky keys, and yeah, clicky keys on your on your mouse buttons. Yes, mouse buttons. And you can see here that we haven't actually come across anyone so far. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. Would have expected it by now, but we need to be a bit on the ball here anyway, because you never know, maybe the enemy is going to come from behind us. But it seems, wait, oh, there they are. I see a couple of them. Ooh, they are entering into kind of a kill zone here. You can see that because our companions are off to the side here, and we do have two volunteer groups. We're going to move them like this, I think, like that. There we go. And then hopefully they're going to shoot at them from two different directions. I think that's probably going to make us get more kills than not, and hopefully we're not going to lose this mission, because $4,000 this early on in the game is, well, pretty substantial. So let's see if we can do something like that. I'm gonna see if I can maybe get a couple of kills myself, but I can't really see them right here. Seems like our forces are shooting quite nicely as it is. But I think what I might need to do is actually go over to our companions, because I think they can die. I have seen a couple of comments and a couple of reports that companions can actually die if you allow them to take fatal damage. So because we don't have a huge amount of... Is that guy dead? No, he's not dead. But yeah, if you allow them to take fatal damage, and we don't have a huge amount of surgery or medic skill or whatever it is called, then yeah, it's going to be unlikely that they're going to survive. And that's not particularly good. That is not particularly good. So hopefully we'll be able to do something about that. Oh, we're taking out guys, aren't we? Yeah, we're taking out guys to dinner, maybe. Yes, maybe to dinner, but mostly just shooting them full of holes with bullets at the moment. There's level 5 for us, and this is actually a pretty fantastic area for us to be in, because they come up here and then they're extremely close to us, and then we can deal so much damage to them at such a close range that they really have nowhere to go, and that's pretty fantastic. I am taking a lot of damage, however, because, again, well, I don't really have the best armor, do I? I'm a bit worried about sticking my head out now, actually. Let me just move a little bit back here. I mean, I think we should be okay. I mean, look at this. There's 2 there, and then there's just a huge huge mass of them around the VIP extraction zone. And I mean, as long as I'm able to survive, I think we should have a pretty easy time of things, but obviously I have to be a bit careful here. One of Ivan's bodyguards was eliminated, which I'm not very happy about. So let's actually just move these guys over there and see if we can maybe get a little bit of a better kill box going on. Ooh, nice. That was pretty cool, because we were able to kill 2 of their armored marauders. And those guys, you know how good they can be. They can be very good, and they are giving us a huge amount of experience in the process as well. I don't really see anyone at the moment, but obviously there's a bunch of bushes, and that technically does improve your camouflage skill, by the way. So if you're wanting to be sneaky, then you can do that by hiding around some of these little shrubberies right here and making sure that you don't get seen. But obviously we are currently embroiled in a pretty heavy firefight at the moment, and you can see that because our morale is going down. Ooh, Ivan is going to have to retreat. That was close. That was a little bit too close for my liking, because I don't want him dying. I certainly don't want him dying. And yeah, amusingly enough, I'm still calling him Ivan, and I'm still calling her Anna, because, I mean, really, unless that is changed on the actual squad thing, the squad display here, I don't think I'm going to remember to actually call them by their new names. And that was a bunch of armored marauders. Thankfully, we were able to kill them. And now... Oh, am I gonna die? Let's heal. Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to very, very badly retreat right here. They seem to be causing a bit of a stir by charging us straight on here. I'm gonna heal myself once again. We're gonna need to restock our medkits after this. But this is a very close run thing, because I actually thought I was going to die there for a second. They really did charge us, didn't they? Very, very harshly indeed. So far, everything seems to be going okay, well, with the exception of obviously one of our volunteer squads taking a bit of extra damage. And they're actually right over here, the opponent. So, there we go, one of our volunteer squads have leveled up, and that means that we can start to give them some nice rank ups. And yeah, actually the next update the developers are actually working on is a diplomacy system as well as a ranking system. So I assume that means that if you maybe have your highest tier units at the maximum level that they can be, then they can maybe rank up in terms of military rank or something along those lines, and they can gain extra stats by, you know, getting additional kills. Because obviously when you level up a particular squad to its maximum level, you're basically not going to have any incentive to use them any further, with the exception of obviously having extremely well-trained units. But yeah, obviously that's neither here nor there at the moment, because obviously it's not actually implemented just yet. But anyway, we have killed everyone. Let us move our VIP over there. There we go. Let's move all of our other guys into position as well. We seem to have killed everyone. Ivan is perfectly fine back at base. He's just chilling out, and we can move Anna into the little area as well. Alright, not too bad. And we actually did manage to gain 2 levels in the process of this battle too. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good. And I'm thinking I'm gonna, as I've said in previous episodes, probably gonna focus on dexterity, but obviously in the previous version of Freeman, I didn't really see the necessity to spec too much more than about 9 or 12 in dexterity, because it doesn't seem to make too much of a difference in being able to kill with a couple of bullets, obviously, because if you're able to get, you know, body shots or headshots, yeah, luckily, then you'll be able to kill most things pretty easily. Whereas if you don't have any dexterity, then I suppose, you know, that's going to be the only way that you can actually kill things. And I mean, obviously you're going to need dexterity if you're going to be fighting heavily armored forces from the factions, because the factions are basically the main enemies in the game, because bandits, although they've been buffed, because they have been buffed as far as I'm aware. I believe that they buffed them a while ago. And even though they've been buffed, that doesn't really make too much difference, because they're still bandits, you know. I mean, you can see here that, I'm going to push him around. Oh, he's turned into a shadow monster. Okay, yeah. Anyway, point is, we have already seen that the bandits are relatively easy to defeat. You know, I mean, we only have volunteer squads right now, and we're only going to get better at defeating them, so that's pretty good. I'm just going to tell this guy to charge, actually, because there's no real need for him to proceed with caution. Now, I actually want to see the VIP. I want to see whether he has a weapon, because it would be kind of interesting to note whether he does or not. Is this the VIP? I think it is. He does have a weapon. Yeah, he does have a weapon. Alright, well, that's pretty good. I mean, he only has a pistol, but he can defend himself if it is indeed necessary. And now, there you go. Fantastic. Okay, so he had to get to the middle of the VIP location, which is obviously to be expected. That's fine. You've completed this mission, and we took 8 friendly casualties, but none of them were outright killed. So they are going to join us in the next couple of battles as well, which is nice. And there you go. We've now gained 4,000 credits. Our morale has increased by plus 20. And we can actually start to level up our squads now too. So let's get a mercenary militia squad right here. And just get them back up to full morale. And there we go. And I'm actually kind of thankful that Ivan did not succumb to death, because that would have been pretty awful. But thankfully, we still have 9,000 remaining. So this should actually give me an opportunity to maybe get a piece of armor, perhaps. Maybe something along those lines that is actually going to help me out in the long run in terms of survival. And I'm actually thinking maybe I'll go over to Antopil, because we've gone to Horbakiv many times over, and I'm not entirely sure whether they still have things for me to buy. So, Lubny is now under siege by the ARF. Well, that's going to be interesting to find out what's going on with them. And yeah, these guys, they're not leveling up too quickly, as you can blatantly see. Maybe I'm going to need to give them some better weapons, because obviously they can and do have unlimited ammunition. So it would probably make sense for us to do something in regards to, well, giving them something amazing, something very good, like maybe a light machine gun or a sniper rifle, maybe even a rocket launcher of some kind. That might make sense. Alright, so let's buy a medic kit, because we're going to need one of those, that is for sure. And I have 9,000, so what am I going to do? You can actually buy one of these bandit iron masks if you want to be a bandit, which is actually kind of cool in my opinion. But for me, I'm probably going to go for maybe a full gas mask or something like that. I mean, I kind of want to have the armor, but I don't think I can afford anything else. I could get the bandit iron mask, but I kind of want a vest of some kind. Maybe I can get this. 15 armor, a little bit of camouflage. This is actually much better though. And it's only a little bit more in terms of its cost. So I think I'm probably going to buy this. But even so, I'm going to need a helmet sooner rather than later. So let's buy that. And then we're going to go over to our inventory and equip it. Is it not body armor? It's not body armor? Oh, well that's kind of a shame. But I suppose this is actually an upgrade anyway, because you can see here that it's 17 armor instead of 7. So I gain another 10 armor, which I suppose is pretty decent. It is actually not changing my stats at all though, weirdly enough. I'm actually not sure why that is happening. You can see here that we're not actually gaining any body armor whatsoever. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's giving me a little bit of leg armor, or that's kind of weird. Oh well, never mind. I'll give Anna this then, I suppose, because she is wearing something absolutely awful. And Ivan's actually not wearing anything too bad. He's wearing a really, really heavy camouflage jacket, so I suppose that's pretty good. Let's equip one of our medic kits right there. And maybe we want to get some... Oh, 1400, really? I'm going to get one of these, because I'd like one of those sniper squads if I can actually level them up without them dying. I think that would be kind of cool. So let's get some ammo for our rifle at the moment, and let's see if I can actually maybe purchase something else. Oh yeah, they did rename a couple of weapons as well. So this, for example, this is the G1. Now it is the R3. It was the G1, now it's the R3. So yeah, there's that. And maybe we can... I'm actually thinking maybe I can find something really, really cool here. As you can see, the sniper rifle is actually not even that expensive anymore, so it should be pretty good. The RPG, on the other hand, that's 22,000. Yes, that's a little bit too much. Well, it seems like what I'm going to have to do is fight a couple of bandits and see if I can maybe loot a decent enough weapon so that I can replace it, you know, with one of our companions, because I think that Anna is not really using a very good weapon at the moment, and yeah, I'm just going to spec my skills at the moment anyway. So let's go for a dexterity. Yeah, I guess we'll go for dexterity even, so let's go for rifle expert and steady shot. I think that's good. Alright, so let's find some bandits to fight, shall we? Because we just got our new Posner conscript squad in here, and I think it would be kind of nice for them to prove their mettle. Alright, so I finally found a skirmish. It actually took me a long time to find some bandits, probably because the ARF was in the area and they were killing everyone in sight. So yeah, there's that to worry about. Anyway, I'm gonna put everyone in here, and I think we're probably going to move back onto this small ridge here, because as you can see, our opponent is going to be moving straight ahead here, and I think with any luck, they might actually come close enough for us to kind of startle them, and then they'll come towards us and hopefully get cut down in the process. So let's move everyone over in this direction, and hopefully that's going to give us a nice result. And I mean, you can see here that that's a really, really nice slope to have. So I think we're just gonna move people a little bit closer just so that they can hopefully have line of sight. Let's do that. There we go. Alright, so otherwise, let's get my weapon ready. I actually have 180 HP. That's a huge amount of HP. I think they've buffed the, what is it now, the Constitution and the Vitality skills pretty considerably, and I think that's actually a pretty nice idea, because in the grand scheme of things, when you're fighting, as I've said before, those factions are really, really powerful. You know, the main major factions, they are very, very good. And so if you have a huge amount of HP, then that's going to hopefully lessen the amount of damage that you're gonna otherwise take, and maybe avoid a fatality, because it is gonna happen sooner rather than later, I suppose. You know, it's just inevitable that you might actually get taken out, and I don't mean you specifically, I'm talking about one. You know, one might get taken out. So let's have a look and see whether I can spot. Aha! Hello there! I'm gonna shoot at you so that you can come closer to me. Yes, because my forces are in fantastic positions. And these guys are gonna have to come over that ridge over there. Yes, there they come. There they come. Is that them? Is that them coming over here? Do you think I can actually hit anyone from here? I'm gonna say it's highly unlikely. Yeah, it's highly unlikely, but here's the thing. We have the advantage. I'm pretty sure we have the advantage. I mean, if they decide to come any closer, we're gonna cut them down. I mean, you can see here that we have such an insane height advantage. There's nothing they can do about it either. So, I think we should be pretty good. And I think this should be a pretty easy victory for us. Hopefully it's gonna give us one of these KA-13 rifles. I actually had one of these, but I sold it for some cash. And I don't know why, but yeah, I sold it for some cash instead of giving it to Anna, so that was not necessarily the greatest thing for me to do, but, well, that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes sometimes. Let's see if I can maybe move these guys over a little bit, and maybe we can move here and there. There we go. I want to try and make it so that if the enemies are coming towards me specifically, that they're going to be pulled in, and hopefully our forces will be then able to fire a little bit from better angles, I suppose you could say. But so far so good. You can see here that our Posner conscripts are actually doing a pretty good job, and I'm actually wondering whether they have buffed their stats a little bit anyway, because the Posner conscripts were, well, I'm gonna say this bluntly, they were not that good. And yeah, I mean, in comparison to the ARF, for example, or, you know, someone else, they were not particularly good at leveling up themselves. So you had to kind of coddle them a little bit and try to babysit them through their early levels. But once they became the sniper tier of unit, then, well, you don't need to help them any further, because they are just crazy good. So that is definitely something to take into account, that maybe the base cost of all of the faction units has increased, but only because the stats of them have been improved. So that could be it. And I'm actually kind of surprised that we're not actually killing them right now. I mean, I'm able to kill them pretty easily, but these guys seem to be taking a lot of damage for not any reason. I don't know why. Maybe I should just tell everyone to charge in. No, that's probably not the best idea. I mean, look at that. They're all over there. I think all of them are actually right there, so it would, you know, be kind of good for us to start killing them. These guys are... are they stuck? Are these guys stuck behind this tree over here? Look at that. They all seem to be sort of congregating around this tree. Well, this is interesting. Not entirely sure if that is meant to happen. But I guess if they're taking cover, I guess it's a good idea to be next to a tree, right? So, yeah, I guess that's not too bad. But yeah, it seems like that we are starting to gain the upper hand here, and I suppose, can I actually tell all of them to charge in now? Maybe it would be a good idea. Or maybe I should just use an airstrike. Should I just use an airstrike? Let's use an airstrike and see. See how well that goes. I think it would be kind of cool to finish the, well, most of them off with the airstrike and then take out the rest with a nice charge at the end. Oh, that did not seem to do too much. Nope, that did not do too much at all. Seems maybe they were just taking cover pretty nicely. Wow, that's kind of disappointing. Oh well, never mind. Let's tell everyone to charge. Well, not charge, but, you know. I'm going to have to do a little bit of covering fire here for them as well, because it seems like our opponent has done a pretty decent job of taking cover in that tree line over there, but Well, there's only 2 of them remaining. I'm surprised that they have not retreated already, because their morale must be extremely low to lose all of your forces. Ah, there's only 1 on that hillside over there, and he was killed. Very nice. Alright, so I actually only took out 6 of them. I actually thought I killed a lot more, but I'm not complaining at all. I'm actually pretty happy for our forces to kill as many as they can get their hands on. Thank you very much. Alright, so yeah, now we're starting to take junk that... well, not junk, but you know what I mean. We're starting to take default miscellaneous loot, and it's not going to yield too many good profits. So I'm just going to take the shovel. There we go. Alright, we're going to just release him. Let's gain some karma. Yes. Give me that karma. And we do now have 2 weapons to sell at the nearby market. So I'm going to actually do that, and then hopefully in a future battle we'll be able to get a rifle for Anna. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.